Welcome back to Dinar Community, your reliable destination for in-depth coverage of the Iraqi dinar journey. Today's update is nothing short of historic, featuring a development that could transform not just the prospects of IQD holders but Iraq's broader economic trajectory. Whether you've been tracking the revaluation narrative for years or you're just tuning in, this is a moment you can't afford to overlook. In today's episode, we bring you verified information straight from the global financial arena, specifically from one of the largest and most respected financial institutions in the world, Chase Bank. This isn't rumor or speculation. It's a clear and confirmed message that's now rippling through markets and signaling a major shift in how the world views Iraq's currency. So grab your drink, get comfortable, and stay with us from beginning to end as we unpack this seismic development, what it means, why it matters, and how it could change everything. Chase Bank confirms. IQD revaluation back in focus. Chase Bank has officially released a public statement confirming that the revaluation (RV) of the Iraqi dinar is back on the radar. This is not vague language or hearsay. It's a direct acknowledgement from a financial titan that the idea of revaluation is actively being considered at the highest levels of global finance. For years, speculation surrounded the IQD, fueled by forums, analysts, and private investors. But when a giant like Chase publicly steps forward, it marks a significant shift from possibility to credible probability. It brings legitimacy and a renewed seriousness to the entire conversation. And make no mistake, Chase Bank's words carry weight. With operations spanning the globe and deep involvement in emerging markets, their decision to speak up signals institutional confidence in Iraq's financial direction. Why this matters for IQD investors. This moment represents a potential inflection point. The IQD is no longer being viewed only as a risky speculative play. It's beginning to be recognized as a currency with genuine potential in a reform-driven economy. Chase's acknowledgement might very well inspire others, Wells Fargo, HSBC, or even central banks, to reevaluate their positions. This could trigger a chain reaction, where institutions begin preparing for the IQD to re-emerge as a legitimate player in global currency markets. Chase Bank's relationship with Middle Eastern markets goes back decades, and their renewed engagement may signal a deeper, strategic interest in Iraq's recovery and future growth. Their announcement may encourage a wave of institutional backing for Iraq's fiscal and monetary reforms. A shift in perspective, from risk to opportunity. For those who've held IQD through years of doubt, setbacks, and rumors, this could finally be the validation you've waited for. Patience may now become profit. With Chase's confirmation, we see a renewed sense of legitimacy and urgency. We're no longer talking about distant possibilities. This is about real-time strategy and implementation. The Central Bank of Iraq (CBI) has already made significant progress in its reform agenda, updating monetary policy, increasing transparency, and laying the groundwork for global reintegration. Now, with Chase Bank publicly on board, we may be witnessing a bridge between internal reforms and international validation. The result, a revaluation that leads to global convertibility and recognition of the IQD. Economic revival on the horizon. Revaluation means more than an increased exchange rate. It's about unlocking Iraq's full economic potential. A stronger dinar would mean greater purchasing power for Iraqis, reduced import costs, and increased investment in key sectors like infrastructure, education, healthcare, and technology. Foreign and local businesses alike would benefit from better capital access and more stable financial systems. This growth would drive job creation, public service expansion, and a rise in consumer activity. When combined with Chase's public backing, these grassroots improvements paint a vivid picture of an economic renaissance. Iraq's financial identity is transforming, and the IQD is emerging as a symbol of this transformation. Why now? The perfect economic storm. Several key factors are converging in 2025 to create a powerful push for revaluation. Stable oil revenues are providing Iraq with consistent income, allowing for long-term planning. The central bank is advancing technical steps, including the deletion of zeros, a clear sign of institutional readiness. Interest from major banks like Chase, JP Morgan, and HSBC suggests the global financial community is aligning with Iraq's trajectory. This is no longer about if, but when and how. The next anticipated move, a formal update from the CBI, detailing the revaluation rate, rollout procedures, and how both domestic and global exchanges will function. From isolation to integration. Once the CBI makes its move, banks like Chase and others can integrate the updated rate into their systems, allowing for seamless exchanges, real-time trading, and broader liquidity for IQD. This would mark a dramatic shift from the fragmented exchange process IQD holders have faced for years. It means clarity, stability, and accessibility. Iraq, long hindered by sanctions and instability, may finally be ready to build a modern, resilient financial system, with a revalued dinar at its core. Strategic planning is now essential. With the landscape changing rapidly, IQD holders must begin crafting a financial strategy. Should you exchange all at once? Or take a phased approach? Think about tax implications, reinvestment opportunities, and liquidity. Don't rush. Plan wisely. Consult financial advisors who understand the foreign currency space, and stay updated through verified channels like Dinar Community. In times of opportunity, scams and misinformation also rise, so diligence is crucial. The digital dinar and Iraq's modernization push. Iraq is actively transitioning toward a digital economy. The CBI is launching online banking platforms, electronic payment systems, and may even release a state-backed digital dinar. This represents a move toward transparency, inclusion, and innovation. From trade reforms to infrastructure projects, from telecoms to agriculture, Iraq is on a mission to rebuild smarter. And with the support of international investors and institutions, the future looks brighter than it has in decades. Conclusion. Is the RV now within reach? With the 2025 statement from Chase Bank, the global spotlight is now on Iraq. Combined with growing oil revenues, active reforms, and international banking interest, the IQD's revaluation now appears more real than ever before. The question remains, will Iraq sustain this momentum and deliver? While we await that answer, the evidence is mounting. And for IQD holders, the time to prepare, not speculate, has arrived. We want to hear from you. What do you think of Chase Bank's confirmation? Do you believe the RV is truly near? Share your thoughts below. And if you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to stay informed. This is Dinar Community, your trusted voice in Iraq's financial transformation. Stay tuned for more critical updates as this historic journey unfolds. Like and subscribe for more videos.